Right then, the strumming patterns. Now, this is not exactly what happens on the record, mainly because it's a jangly type guitar. But this is all about you learning to play a song, sitting down and sort of like strumming to yourself with your mates. I do play this in a band, and our acoustic guitarist plays it like this, because I asked him before I started recording this. So there you go. So thank you very much, Adrian Pegfinger. Anyway, so what we're going to do now is show you the two strumming patterns that we should put together for this. The first one is this. I use that for the verses because it sort of links into the way the bass and the lead guitar's going. So it's like this. So you're hitting one downstroke and then you're hitting down, up after that. So it's. So where before we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you're going 1, 1. Let's hear that again. Right, so that's what I chose to do for the verses. Now on the chord, when we go to the G, D and C, I'm playing slightly fuller chords. Well, not fuller chords, fuller pattern. So instead of going, I'm going. So it sounds like this. As opposed to. So before you go any further, mute your guitar strings with your left hand and just practice doing the first riff. Sorry, the first strumming pattern. And the second one. Okay, so the second pattern was the G, D and C. When I go back to the E minor and D, which is like a sort of a versey, it's sort of like another melody line at the beginning of the verse, I'm going to go back to this again. And then, because the chorus, when he starts singing fire, then I'm going to go back to the second pattern to fill it out. Still emphasising that first downstroke, but as soon as you've done the downstroke, we're having an upstroke. But that first one, I try to emphasise that. When you get a little bit more, we can start going things like that. But that's sort of like a little bit more advanced. So just very, very quickly recap. First part of the verse, or the verse, we're going. When we play G, D and C, we're going to go. And then we go back to the E minor and D again, we're going to go. And then we come to the chorus, which is still E minor, D. We're going to have the full rhythm strumming pattern again. Like that. Okay, so keep practicing that. What we're going to do now, I'm going to have one last video, and I'm going to, just after a count of 4, let you come and jam along with me, and then you can use the backing tracks. So one final practice session in the last video. See you in about a second.